So in keeping with our program for the day, I'd like to now call up on stage a very seasoned entrepreneur who's worked with a number of small businesses, who's worked with a number of amazing brands, and we've collaborated on a number of things. So we saw it fit to sort of bring them in because they sort of understood the sort of initial, kickback that we had around why we didn't want to collaborate and the sort, and how we then ended up collaborating, because it becomes a very important thing. One of the best ways to sort of move quicker is to find ways that you can move quicker. I mean, there's a saying, I might botch it, but it says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go further, far, no? It's correct, I'm correct. If you want to go far, go together. But in going together, what does that mean? It must be very clear, but it can't just be one-sided. So I'm going to call up on stage Mr. Teko Motlhabi, who's going to talk about how to identify the correct individuals to collaborate with. Let's give him a round of applause as he ascends to... guys, energy, energy. Mr. Teko, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Good morning. How are you guys? You good? You guys look like you're sleeping. What's wrong? Are you guys good? My name is Teko Motlhabi from a company called Roomster. I'm very honored and very happy to be a part of this initiative and what you guys have here. To be called again by T, it's a privilege. But more than being excited, I'm also very scared. I'm like, if you're gonna talk to people who woke up on a Saturday to come to a business thing, these are serious guys. So these are serious people. Like I must not mess around. So shout out to you guys for taking a Saturday. People are sleeping. Yeah, Baba Las is playing. So you guys, so shout out to you guys, and let's dive into it. Is my presentation up? Are we good? All right. Yes, guys, like I said, I'm Teko Motlhabi from Roomster, Backyard Rentals, which is a portal that connects tenants and landlords all over the place, all over the country, in the backroom space. But we don't use the term backroom anymore. We call them micro units. So please, guys, micro units, okay? They're not backrooms or backyards anymore. So that's basically who I am. I've been in the built environment engineering space all my life. I've been in the property space all my life, and I think we'll dive into that a little bit later. But what I'm here for today, there we go. Okay, so the topic for today, guys, is how to collaborate effectively and how to find the right mentor. Big statements, right? But it's something that we all need. We need mentors, we need to collaborate to be able to move forward in our lives, to be able to grow our businesses, to be able to find other people that we can grow with, as Bulelani has just mentioned earlier. So that's the topic for today, and hopefully I'll unpack it properly and you guys get to learn something. So 3 things that we need to focus on if you want to find the right mentor and if you want to collaborate. 3 things that you need to focus on before anything else. Forget everything else. These are the 3 things that you need to focus on. Like the politicians will say, these are the 3 pillars. All right? These are the 3 pillars that we need to focus on. The first one, guys, is market. As a business owner, do you understand the market that you're in? Do you understand what you're in? So if you're in the construction space, you are not in the construction environment or market. You are in the built environment. There's a whole lot of things that happen within that value chain. Okay, so you need to understand that you're in the built environment space. If you are selling medical supplies or, in selling injections or whatever into the medical field, you are in the health space. So you need to understand that that's number one. Understand which market are you playing in. If you are a motor mechanic, you're not a mechanic space, you are in the vehicle space, in the motor industry, rather, sorry. You are in the motor industry. So that's what one needs to understand. That's number one. Okay. So that's what it is. Number one is what? What market are you in? What market are you playing in? Number 2 is how does it function? Do you understand how does the market function? Do you understand the whole entire value chain as you're jumping into any space? You need to understand that. If you don't understand that, you can't unlock opportunities. You need to understand how it functions so that you unlock opportunities, okay? Number 3 is the location of this market. Is it a national market? Is it a provincial market? What market are we playing in? Is it an international market? You need to understand all of that, all right? So research, guys. I know I'm giving you a theory, but these things are crucial, all right, if you want to get somewhere. Regulatories, number 4. Do you understand the regulatory bodies that are involved in this space? What you need to have, what you need to qualify in, which body must you be affiliated with. All those things are important and they unlock opportunities. Okay, so that's what you need to understand. That's number 4. Number 5, the procurement space. How do these people procure? Guys, you need to understand how the people procure. When you understand how people procure, you can jump into it. You know exactly who you go to look for, what, how, and when. All right? So understand your market as a business. If you're looking to collaborate, if you're looking to find mentors, you need to understand your market. If you don't understand your market, you're just going to shoot. You're going to see Teko in a BMW, a Mercedes-Benz, you see Bolelani in a Ferrari, whatever, you say that's my mentor. It doesn't work like that because they cannot help you, okay? It doesn't work like that. It's like somebody said the other day, if you're dating a millionaire, it doesn't mean you are a millionaire too. It doesn't work like that, all right? So tell the slayers out there. All right. Secondly, do you understand your business? What business are you in? I've just explained, we know what business you're in. Do you understand your business? This is what I'm in. This is the business that I'm in. You need to understand the business that you're in. Secondly, what offerings are you giving? You need to be clear. I think Bolelani spoke about it earlier on, elevator pitch and so forth. Clear, what business are you in? When we leave here, when we see Teko 2 years ago, you won't remember my name, but you're like, that's the guy in the back room business. That's the guy that loves real estate, the guy that's passionate about real estate, that talks about real estate all the time, doesn't shut up. That's the guy, all right? We need to remember that. That's the guy. Thirdly, what is the vision of the business? Are we guys clear on what we want to achieve? Guys, we need to be clear. If you're not clear, the road is going to be a little bit longer. If you're clear, the road is a little bit shorter. Vision, vision, vision. I know that when I started in the business, going from corporate into business, they say, do a business plan. What is your vision? What is your mission? I hated it. I wanted to just get on with my work. I just want to do this thing. Give me business. I need money. Don't tell me about vision and missions, right? But now I understand it clearly why you need a vision and a mission so that you can sort of like understand exactly, this is the path that I'm taking and this is how I'm supposed to go, all right? Makes things way, way much more easier. The fourth thing is, guys, what stage of the business are you in? Are you a startup? Do you have like 5 employees? Do you have 10 employees? A lot of business people, we forever talk about funding. I need funding. Talk to business people, I need funding. Day in, day out. But guys, are you funding ready? I think somebody spoke here earlier about whether you're compliant and so forth. It's an annoying process, but it's a process that's required in business. I did not make it. Nedbank didn't make it. Brilliant didn't make it. Guys, that's what it is. Get in there, all right, so you can take advantage of these opportunities. Get compliant, understand where you are, which stage are you in the business. That will also help you in terms of finding the right mentor, people to collaborate with, blah, blah, blah. If you don't know that, like I said, shooting in the dark. 5, interventions. Once you understand what stage you are in the business, you know what interventions are required. Simple as that. You know, okay, no, this is where I am. This is the interventions that I want. And when you approach somebody, Bulelani mentioned it earlier, it's easy for you to say, yay, listen, I'm this guy and I'm that guy and so forth and so forth. It's like when you propose, the guy knows, right? You know what you want. So go for it. Just say, this is what I'm up for, and then you jump into it, all right? The third pillar or the third focus is, who are you? Do you guys understand who you are? Guys, we need to try and by all means understand who we are, what are we passionate about, what can we do, what can't we do. These are limitations, these are strong points. Understand all of those things. It makes life much more easier. Do I like what I'm doing? Do I doing it just for money? It's paying the bills. Understand exactly where you are. And there's nothing wrong if you're just doing something for money, by the way. But you're honest and you have a plan. It's as simple as that, okay? Understand who you are. It makes it easier. It makes it easier for you to be open to people. You know exactly who do you want to date, who do you don't want to date in the business world. Vision again. As much as your vision aligned to your business vision. A lot of us as entrepreneurs, our vision is not aligned to our business vision. We know that when you're in business, it's you and you and you all the time. But you go and you don't sleep on time. You don't do your work. You chow business money, which is not yours. So you need to understand all of those things and get yourself together, all right? So that your vision and your business vision are aligned. Timelines. What timelines do you have in your life to what you want to achieve? You know, what timelines do you have? You need to understand all of these things. Right? What timelines, you know, how far do I want to walk today? Where do I see myself in the next year or so forth? Those things, they are tedious. Like I said, I'm one of those guys who don't like admin, but it has to be done, all right? Fourth is interventions again. What interventions in your personal life do you need? If you come to me, or rather if you meet Motsepe, you know, Patrice Motsepe, like what interventions would you ask from Patrice Motsepe? You know, you can't just, you know, you have to be clear, precise, but it can only happen if you know what you want and what you're talking about. And then the fifth one, which is the most important one that all of us, including myself, have made. I've been in business for a very long time. Started businesses, went down, went back into corporate, started another one. You know, at least I've been out now for a very long time. And one thing is that, you know, when we meet people that we want to work with, what contribution are you bringing? Like I said, one of the biggest problems, especially in our black community, is that we see somebody driving a nice slahla, a nice... is there a term of slahla in Xhosa? Sorry, I'm Tswana. Is slahla even here? Hey? Oh, slahla is a slahla. Okay, guys. Slahla again. So when we see people driving a slahla, when we see people dressed in branded clothes and so forth, we say, no, these are people. These are the business owners that we want and so forth. But what we never think of is that what can we contribute? You know, we need to think about what can you contribute to that person. Why must that person take their time to mentor you? Mentoring, guys, it's also work. You need to make sure that that mentee, does the right things. You gotta guide them. They've got challenges and so forth. It's work. So why must somebody mentor you? You know, you need to think about all of that stuff. Why must somebody mentor you? You know, so it's quite important. What are you bringing to the table? Most of us as young entrepreneurs, you don't have much to bring to the table in terms of finances. You don't have money, but what you have is a skill. What you have is the will. What you have is the energy. Somebody needs to look at you and say, hey, you know what? This guy is costing me time and money, but I know that in the next 10 years, if he really does the right thing, I can be able to, go into business with him. So you need to contribute in that manner. One thing that young people have, you have the skill of social media, you know what's happening and things like that. So bring something to the table and don't always want to be fed. That one of the biggest problems we have is as entrepreneurs that we want to be fed all the time. If you're in business with somebody's mentoring you, they must run after you and just give. It doesn't work like that, guys. You must also get involved. When you get involved, you learn, you grow. You know, I can go on and on and on and on. So those are the 3 pillars, guys, all right? I hope it's clear. So once these 3 pillars that I've just mentioned, guys, they help you to filter exactly what you want. When you understand all of these 3 things that I've mentioned to you, you understand exactly, you have clarity about where you want to go. You understand exactly what type of mentor you want, and you understand what type of collaborations you want, okay? And you also understand, which is another big thing, what you don't want. Most of us, we just absolutely everywhere. I'm in the real estate business. Somebody comes in with, a tender for tissues or whatever. And they say, no, you're going to make 5 million. Then I jump. Then I'm a tissue guy now. Oh, Teko Kantino, you're not that other guy. No, now I'm a tissue guy. You meet me 2 years later, there's a big boom of somebody found gold in the Northern Cape. I'm a gold guy. Guys, it cannot work like that. You can still get involved in the gold rush in the Northern Cape or whatever they found in the Northern Cape, but still in the real estate business or whatever you're doing, all right? So guys, let's be focused, filter, and you know exactly what you don't need. And what you don't need is to be absolutely everywhere. And when you don't filter these things, you don't know also who to talk to. When you understand exactly what you want and where you're going, It's simple to understand where you go, what you want. And also the content, we spend a lot of time as young people on the phones, and we're watching the wrong content of things that has nothing to do with me. Or somebody's unboxing, guys, it has nothing to do with you. Focus on what you're doing and what your business is all about, all right? Then it's easier for you guys to just go into what you're supposed to be doing, all right? That's that, guys. So that's that on why, on what we need to do first before we start seeking out either funding, mentors, collaborations, all of that. Get these things in place. I promise you, things are going to be super easy. All right? So let's jump into the importance of mentors. Why we need mentors. So mentoring helps you with the overall picture. So you need mentors. Once you've sorted yourself out, the part one that I spoke about, you need a mentor. Mentors have been there before in their lives. They know what pitfalls are there. They know the potholes that are there. You need those guys to guide you, right? They can also provide you opportunities. That's what we need. Once they understand where you're going and what you're offering, these guys can probably unlock opportunities for you, okay? These guys can keep you in business longer in any shape or form. They can help you financially, technically, anything. So we need mentors in our life. We need mentors as businesses. And we need mentors, especially and specifically as business people. Black businesses. We always look at other nations, why they just keep on, moving forward, and why we always keep going back. It's because we lack mentors. There's no fathers in the community. There's a story for another day. But also we need mentors in our community. So we need to mentor each other. So it's important for you to find a mentor so that you can be able to avoid the pitfalls. What that guy did in 10 years, you can be able to reduce the amount of time, and you can probably do it in 2 years, okay? So that's important. So of course, then they offer reassurance and inspiration. And that's one of the other things I'm going to touch on later. There's a difference between a mentor who gives inspiration and the mentor who gives technical support. So you need to differentiate those two. Motivation is one part of life and it helps and so forth, but you need somebody who strategically knows what they're doing in the business and can help you with that input. So most of the time we just want people that can speak nicely and are motivators and so forth, but motivation is only 30% of what's supposed to be done. 70% is hard work. It's actual real work. So we need to look into that as well, okay? And of course, we need people who are not going to charge us because we don't have money. All right, so let's avoid those guys as much as we can. All right, but I know some places, if you want something, you pay for it. But let's avoid those guys wherever you can. All right, and then the importance of effective collaboration with other businesses. All right, it's very, very important to connect with other businesses as a small business. First of all, it helps us solve the problems easier. You might have the same problem, you didn't even know it. But when you collaborate with other people, you find out, they've actually solved this problem, and then you jump in, all right? So it's quite important. It increases productivity. Like I said, things can move much more quicker than what you thought they could if you collaborate with somebody. So it's super important. I would encourage everybody who's here to collaborate, talk, and whatever, find other people. We live in a digital world now. You can even connect with people in Europe, in China, and so forth. Connect with people in the same industry, okay? Mutual growth, of course, it gives you mutual growth. From each other, we can learn. For a simple example, if I'm on Instagram and I have 50,000 followers and you have 100,000 followers, if I can tap into your followers and you can tap into mine, I've just gained in a lot of followers and I can sell products, all right? So it's quite important. Saves time, like I alluded earlier. Fuels innovation. When you're with people, with like-minded people, energy goes, innovation goes. So it's important to surround yourself with people who are pregnant with their dreams, who are ready to give birth to their dreams. 100% know those people, all right? It saves money. What you don't know will hurt you. So what other people know might save you money, okay? Expand networks, of course, like I said earlier on. There might be people I know that you don't know, and we can collaborate, okay? So that's basically what it is in terms of effective collaboration and finding a mentor. So now we're going to talk about myself. I'm that guy. I'm joking. But so I'm Teko Motlhabi, like I explained. I'm from Roomster Backyard Rental. It's a platform that helps you connect landlords and tenants, specifically in the backyard or micro unit space. We are in all 9 provinces, and we are, it's a free platform. And our vision is to really grow and formalize this backroom market. The value chain the value that is not unlocked in this value chain is too much, guys. There's too much money. I think the last article or research that I read on backroom market, they said that it's a 40 billion rand market a year. And we black people are not involved in it. We want to go to, what's the Sentin of the Eastern Cape? Guys, help. No, you don't know. Okay. We want to go to Sentin. Sorry, I don't know what's but we want to go to the suburbs and whatever else. So, guys, let's jump into this space. It's a fastest growing space in terms of investment and property within the last 5 years or so. There's so much money into this space. And other people and other nations are jumping into it. I get people from Europe that want to come in and invest. And it worries me all the time that we are not looking into it. Other people are jumping into it. And eventually we're just going to end up as tenants when we're supposed to be landlord. This is a space that we understand. This is a space that we own. And it's a space that's got a lot of value. There's so much in the value chain of it. You can become a contractor. You can be in tech like me. Can become there's just so much in the space. And there's so much that's still going to happen. The city of Cape Town have just given a whole lot of money into the backroom market. Joburg as well last week has unlocked, or rather Gauteng had unlocked a fund on giving it to Mdantsane that want to build and so forth. So I'm sure it's coming in the Eastern Cape as well, and it's going to be a phenomenon all over the country. It's something that we need to look into and jump into that space. There's so much money to the space, and we can become millionaires and billionaires if we jump into it. Going back now that you guys understand what Roomsters are all about, now going back into what the topic is about. Which is effective collaboration and finding mentors. So we as Roomster, I just want to unpack, just as a practical example, what I've been talking about in the past, I think 15 or 20 minutes or so, is that you need to understand what your business is all about. And our business plays into 3 spaces or 3 spheres. We play into the real estate or property space as Roomster, all right? And we play into the tech space because we are a tech company, and we play into the township space. So you need to unpack it like that so that you understand exactly who to talk to and who to go and target, all right? So in the real estate space, we are partners with a couple of guys, but I chose 2 that are just for the purpose of time. One is a company called DAG, is a development action group. These guys are research and development group into backroom areas all over the continent. By the way, the backroom phenomenon is not a South African phenomenon only. Zimbabwe, Botswana, absolutely everywhere that you can go, there's backrooms. And if we start here, we might become billionaires in the next 10 years. Those are the guys that I decided to partner with. And those are the guys, for obvious reasons, that whatever research they have, they put it to me, they give it to me, I give them the data of what they need and so forth. So, then I've got partnerships, it makes sense. I'm also partnering with guys called Mdantsane, or rather not really partnering, but we exchange a date and so forth. Mdantsane is a lender actually. These are the guys, they act like a bank. They lend you money so that you can be able to build rooms wherever you want to build rooms. So so of course they've got tenants and landlords, or rather new developers if you want to become a developer. So we are in bed with those guys, and that's the most important part of collaboration. And then on the tech side, I'm one of the few guys that was involved when the prop tech South Africa started. The founders, I know the founders very well. They engaged with me when they started it. But the prop tech forum is basically a people that are involved in the property and tech space. So if you want to do anything in the property and tech space, please contact the guys Prop Tech South Africa, and they also do work all over Africa. So these are the partners that I managed to get involved with, so that I can understand the tech and understand where the vision is and where things are going. The other guys that I was involved is Ayoba. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Ayoba, but Ayoba is a super app from MTN. Those are the guys that I talk to all the time, and they want to bring me into their Ayoba thing so that they can unlock future potentials for me, because my dream is to really penetrate Africa with this thing. It's been my dream for a very long time, and we must make it come to pass. And then, of course, within the township space, T are part of it together with Nedbank. And then, so I mean, for obvious reasons, that I'm collaborating with T. And then also some of the guys that I'm collaborating with are Soweto Builders Forum. These are the guys that actually build rooms for you. So of course they know exactly where the rooms are at, what's coming up, blah, blah, blah. So it's important for me. So, so I just thought I should give you guys just a practical example of what collaboration is all about, okay? And then the third one, there's that guy. And then the third one, it's for me, like I've mentioned earlier, I've been in business, particularly in my space for a very long time. And I've had mentors, and I've made a lot of mistakes with the mentors that I've picked, and I've also picked up some really good mentors. So even currently, I have very good practical mentors who are doing amazing things in the space, who I can call and say, guys, how do you, how did you go from this point to that point? How do you so forth and so on? So you need practical mentors, like I said earlier. And then I also have aspirational mentors. I have guys that I look up to and I've never met. And that's very, very important. But they're in my space. I download their content. I listen to their content. They have the same problems that they've went all the way onto the problems that I've had, and they've kicked butts. Guys like Sisang Gubelani, who have built, I think, a mall here in the, in fact, I've met him twice or 3 times, but we've never got to engage. But, those are the guys I look up to. I download his content. I love what he does. I mean, the things, anybody who's interested in the real estate property space, please go look at Sisang Gubalani, an amazing, amazing guy. The things that he has, the challenges he has overcome in building malls all over the country is phenomenal. So please just check it out. And then I've got peer mentors, of course, people who I work with, people that I've worked with before that I can easily pick up a phone and talk to and so forth. So you need also those guys that you can also, during the days where you are really feeling down and that invoice is not being paid, these are the guys you can talk to, okay? And then, yeah, guys, thank you so much. I hope you learned something. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Photographer, please come take a picture. But thank you so much. What very practical, very detailed. How many of you guys learned something new? Let's give Teko a round of applause.